Learn English easily with mysterious stories. Chapter 1. The Mystery of Moonlight Manor. In the countryside of England, there was a grand old mansion, known as Moonlight Manor. It had been abandoned for many years, and was surrounded by countless tales and rumors about being haunted. Despite the stories, a courageous and curious family decided to move into the manor. The Johnson family, consisting of Mr. and Mrs. Johnson and their 2 children, Emily and George, were thrilled about their new home. They were charmed by its beauty and history. However, soon after moving in, they started noticing strange things. At night, they would often hear the sound of piano music coming from the closed music room. Sometimes, they would see a shadowy figure moving through the long corridors in the moonlight. The family was shocked by these incidents. However, Emily and George were fascinated by the mystery and decided to find out the truth behind these things. One evening, they sat quietly in the music room, waiting to see if they would hear the piano. As the clock struck midnight, a soft melody started filling the room. They looked around, but found no one at the piano. However, they noticed that one key on the piano seemed to be moving on its own. The next day, Emily and George shared their experience with their parents. They decided to contact a local historian to learn more about the mansion's history. The historian informed them that a famous pianist, Lady Elizabeth, once lived in the manor. Tragically, she died young, and her favorite composition was reportedly heard every full moon night. With all this knowledge, the family decided to honor Lady Elizabeth. They kept the music room well maintained and left a rose on the piano every full moon night, showing respect for the musical spirit of Lady Elizabeth. From then on, the strange happenings seemed less mysterious and more magical. The family lived peacefully in the manor, coexisting with the musical spirit. The story of their experience turned Moonlight Manor into a place of historic interest, attracting tourists and history lovers. Despite the initial mystery and fear, the Johnson family found a way to understand and respect the manor's past. They learned that every place has a story, and sometimes what may seem scary at first could just be a misunderstood piece of history. The mystery of Moonlight Manor served as a wonderful lesson for the Johnsons and a fascinating tale for their new town. Chapter 2. The Mystery of the Vanishing Cookies. Once upon a time, in a small town in Spain, there lived a bright and energetic girl named Isabella. Isabella's favorite pastime was baking cookies with her grandma. She loved the smell of freshly baked cookies passing through the house, and the best part was the first bite into a warm, delicious cookie, straight from the oven. However, something strange started happening. Whenever Isabella and her grandma baked cookies, they would leave them on the kitchen table to cool down. However, when they returned, they noticed that a few cookies had disappeared. They found this quite puzzling, because nobody else was home at the time. Being a girl with a sharp mind, Isabella decided she would solve this mystery. The next day, Isabella and her grandma baked another batch of their famous chocolate chip cookies. This time, Isabella didn't leave the kitchen after they placed the cookies on the table. Instead, she hid behind the kitchen door, watching the table intently. A few minutes later, she spotted a tiny mouse peeking out from a hole in the wall. It quickly ran up to the table, grabbed a cookie in its tiny paws, and returned back into the hole. Isabella couldn't help but laugh at the cheeky little mouse. So the mystery was solved. The small, adventurous mouse had been enjoying their delicious cookies. Isabella then found a friendly way to block the hole to prevent the mouse from stealing more cookies. But Isabella had a big heart, so she left a tiny piece of cheese outside the mouse hole every day. From that day forward, no more cookies vanished from the table, but Isabella would often find the cheese gone. This brought a smile to Isabella's face, knowing her little friend was well fed. The case of the vanishing cookies became a beloved story in Isabella's family, a reflection of her kindness and intelligence. Chapter 3. A Kind Gesture. Once upon a time, in a small town called Willowbrook, there lived a young girl named Emily. Emily was known for her cheerful nature and her willingness to help others. One sunny afternoon, as Emily was walking home from school, she noticed an elderly man struggling to carry his groceries. Without hesitation, Emily approached the man and offered her assistance. The man, named Mr. Johnson, gratefully accepted her help. Together, they carefully carried the bags of groceries to Mr. Johnson's house, which was just a few blocks away. During their short walk, Mr. Johnson shared stories of his younger days and expressed his gratitude for Emily's kindness. Emily listened attentively, fascinated by his tales of adventure and wisdom. Upon reaching Mr. Johnson's house, Emily said goodbye to him and continued on her way home. Little did she know that her small act of kindness had made a significant impact on Mr. Johnson's day. The following week, Emily received a handwritten letter in the mail. It was from Mr. Johnson, expressing his deepest appreciation for her help. He also enclosed a small gift as a token of his gratitude. Emily was overwhelmed with joy and shared the letter and the gift with her family. They were proud of her kind-heartedness and encouraged her to continue spreading happiness in the world. From that day forward, Emily's simple act of kindness became noticeable throughout the town of Willowbrook. People started noticing and appreciating the power of small gestures. The town became friendlier, and acts of kindness became a common sight. Emily's story spread beyond Willowbrook, inspiring others to follow in her footsteps. People realized that even the simplest acts of kindness could make a significant difference in someone's life. And so, the tale of Emily's kindness serves as a reminder that we all have the power to brighten someone's day, and in doing so, create a better world for everyone. Remember, no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more.